Single day we are here on the channel on YouTube to keep you posted. Subscribe and be part of the family. Comment, because we are always here to update you, to give you all the latest on managers, on players, on directors, on several stories. And I wanted to restart just quickly from managers, because the big stories are already there in place, but there is more happening around Europe with coaches and with managers. So just a quick one: Fabio Grosso will be the new Fiorentina manager in Italy, but also in Italy, AC Milan are trying to tempt the manager, now former Bournemouth manager Andoni Iraola, replaced by Marco Rose at Bournemouth, because after the offer from Crystal Palace, still on the table, after the calls from Bayer Leverkusen, they have several options. Also, AC Milan, after the decision to fire Massimiliano Allegri, are trying to tempt Andoni Iraola. There was a meeting in London few days ago between AC Milan most important people and Andoni Iraola, directly with Andoni Iraola and his lawyer. So Milan are trying. Let's see if Iraola decides to open the doors and to give opportunity to AC Milan, to Crystal Palace, to Leverkusen, or if he wants to wait for different chances. But for sure, Andoni Iraola is a name to follow in the next days on the managerial market. And then Enzo Maresca. If you are following the channel, if you're a friend of the channel, you know that I probably started mentioning to you Maresca and Manchester City, I think in December. But not because it was agreed in December. Because Manchester City started thinking, okay, Enzo Maresca is the manager to take as soon as Pep decides to go. And this is the direction. This was the direction. And now everything is absolutely completed, done, sealed. I know there are several reports about this, but Enzo Maresca is the Manchester City manager. The contract is okay, length of the contract is okay, 2029, the salary is agreed, the transfer strategy has already been discussed between Hugo Viana, the director, between the board of Manchester City and Enzo Maresca himself. So they are ready to start after saying goodbye in a fantastic way. Congrats to Man City for what they did for Pep Guardiola. It's been an amazing weekend for City to celebrate 10 years of Pep Guardiola, 20 trophies, an incredible work by the Catalan manager, but now it's going to be the Enzo Maresca era. Everything set to be announced quite soon. Zero doubts. Man City never considered Vincent Kompany or any other manager, also because Kompany is gonna stay, but for sure the situation remains quite clear. The intention of Manchester City is to announce very soon Enzo Maresca. Don't forget that Manchester keep pushing to sign Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. They are aware of Manchester United still calling, but Manchester City are still pushing. I told you in March that they've been always favorites to sign Elliot Anderson. They remain on it. They made already some approaches because they want to offer a really important contract to the player. So Man City believe they can really tempt Elliot Anderson, and then this has not changed. Also with Enzo Maresca, City are going for Anderson. It's not only with Guardiola. Now, with Maresca, City are still going for him. Let's see what happens with Nottingham Forest, with Man United still trying and calling. Who is going to stay at his club is Antonio Tony Rudiger. Agreement done today. Exclusive story from the afternoon. Agreement closed between Antonio Rudiger and Real Madrid is done. One more season for the German defender at Real Madrid. Rudiger had plenty of options. From Saudi, the Saudis wanted Antonio Rudiger 1 year ago and were still interested in the player. From Italy, there were Italian clubs calling for Rudiger, but the answer of the player was always priority to Real Madrid, desire to continue at Real Madrid. And now the agreement is done, is closed. Tony Rudiger will sign a new 1 year contract at Real Madrid, part of the Madrid policy, 1 year for who is over 30, apart from some rare exceptions like Thibaut Courtois, not only. And so Mbappé, also many questions on Mbappé, but absolutely nothing is happening. No news on Vinicius, but the news on Real Madrid is on Tony Rudiger. Tony Rudiger, who is going to be also officially staying at the club with 1 more year of contract. And then moving on the other side, guys, in Barcelona, many questions we are getting today on several stuff for Barcelona. First of all, tonight, Deco, the Barcelona director, returned from England. He's been in England on a mission to discuss about several things. Many questions made to Deco. He said, we are working on bringing in new players. Then he said he knows very well the camp of João Pedro. So this was the answer of Deco when asked about João Pedro. Did you go to England to close João Pedro? The answer was, I know João Pedro's camp very well. I told you already. Deco already wanted to sign João Pedro when he was at Brighton, but was not possible. And Chelsea were very good, smart and fast to sign João Pedro. But what I can tell you is that at the moment, Chelsea's stance remains, we want to keep João Pedro. Chelsea message remains, João Pedro is a crucial part of the project. So that's the stance of Chelsea. And you can imagine, after a tough season without European football and with a new coach, ambitious coach like Xabi Alonso, Chelsea have all the intention to keep the player at the club. So it's going to be difficult for Barcelona to break this wall for João Pedro. Any news or changes, we will let you know. Then, on more stuff about Barcelona, I will tell you more about the Julian Alvarez situation this week. So I will keep you posted on the Julian Alvarez situation. What I can confirm to you is what I reported here on the channel 2 days ago. Julian Alvarez has no intention to sign a new contract at Atletico Madrid. That's for sure. Many news on Julian renewing, Julian signing a new deal, Julian being offered money is not about 7, 8, 10, 12 millions. Julian Alvarez will not sign a new contract at Atletico Madrid. That's 100% decided. So for sure, Julian is not intention to put pen to paper. Now, more to say on Julian in the next days. I will keep you posted about that. But for sure, the situation of Julian Alvarez remains absolutely open. All doors are open. So the situation of Julian Alvarez remains absolutely one to watch, because when a player doesn't want to sign a new contract, probably the direction is already clear. I will tell you more on Julian. I keep telling you already in a video 2 days ago, and I wanted to tell you also tonight, don't forget on the market this summer the name of Anthony Gordon. Because the name of Anthony Gordon is a name we have to keep in mind. We absolutely have to keep in mind. Because I expect him to leave Newcastle. I expect movements around Anthony Gordon. Barcelona, I have to tell you this, Barcelona are really big fans of Anthony Gordon. Even in the recent internal meetings they had, Anthony Gordon's name, from what I heard also in the recent days, so it's a matter of hours, days, the name of Anthony Gordon has been mentioned several times. So Anthony Gordon is really highly rated at Barcelona. Then there are also Bayern, who met their agents, the agents of Anthony Gordon, several times. So Bayern are in the mix. And English clubs also calling and trying to understand what's going to be the price, how is the situation with Newcastle. But Anthony Gordon is for sure one of the big names to follow in the next day. And so guys, let me your thoughts on all these stories from Julian, João, Elliot Anderson, but also Rudiger, Maresca, and much more.